Well, hello, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to my channel. This is Cheryl, and thank you so much for joining me today as we get started to work on this week's digital plan. I'm using GoodNotes 6, my Apple iPad 2024 with the M4 chip, and my Apple Pencil Pro. Can you believe it? It's already the end of November, and we are getting ready for Thanksgiving. It seems almost too hard to believe. So I don't know about you, but this has been a busy week, a busy day, trying to get ready for Thanksgiving and planning things with family and trying to decide what the menu is going to be and just taking in considerations everybody's dietary needs. So, as you can see, I don't have a whole lot the first few days, or didn't have. It's already Wednesday as I'm filming this. Um, and starting tomorrow, getting ready for the art show. Tomorrow is setup day. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday will be the actual event. So, as I mentioned, this is a busy season. And so, as we prepare for the end of the year, Christmas will be here before we know it. And so, how can we wrap up our planning and projects and wake up in the new year without feeling like we're worn out and disoriented? And so, I just want to share a process that I read about online. And I believe this is from the Atomic Habits. And so, I'm just going to use this section over here for that. And so I think I'm going to try to use my, I have a external keyboard. I haven't really used it while I'm filming, but I'm going to try it. So I think the first thing we want to do is we want to be intentional in our planning. So I'm going to see if it's not going to. So I'm just going to say be intentional. Don't know if you heard that, but someone rang my doorbell and I'm just going to ignore it because I wasn't expecting anybody. So, and I'm going to change the font style. If I can, there, I'm going to change the font. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I like the American typewriter. And let's see, do I want it bold? Do I have some other choices in here? Okay, whatever happened there. Okay, so I might have to leave it, but I want to reduce the size. I'm going to go down to 42. Okay, so before we know it, December 31st will be here and we'll be ringing in the new year. And so between now and then, what needs to happen? So as I said, I want to wake up on January 1st. I want to wake up feeling rested, excited, joyful. And between now and then, I want to work on my word of the year for 2025. So let's take a moment and consider what we need to do, what we feel like we need to do to get ready for the new year. You know, what do you want your work, your personal relationships, your personal well being? What do we want that to look like in 2025? And so the next thing we need to do that will help that is we need to triage our calendar. So I'm going to put that here. And for some reason, I know that's spelled wrong because I saw, okay, so, and I want to go back to the typewriter font. For some reason, it's not. And I might have to, let's do that. Okay, so we're going to triage our calendar and I want to change the color. And I'm going to do a custom color and I'm going to grab this and I'm just going to go find the color here. And I'm just going to click on that and say, okay, I didn't need to add that, but that's okay. All right, so the next thing I want to do is when we're triaging our calendar, it sounds pretty right. It sounds pretty exciting, right? So maybe some of the things we need to do is take a hard look at what we have on our calendar. What can we clear out of our calendar? What are some of the unnecessary tasks? And make sure that we are making room for the things that matter most: our family, our time, our spiritual and emotional time. And we want to make sure, as I've talked about in sessions, is that we're being intentional about self-care. You know, self-care is not selfish. It is it is being the best me I can be, being the best you can be. So the next thing we want to do after we wanting to be intentional, we're triaging our calendar. The next thing we want to do is we want to make a holiday bucket list. So we want to make a holiday. I'm just gonna holiday. For some reason it's somehow got an extra word in there, but I'll take care of that. Holiday bucket list. BUCK. Of course, I can't spell when I'm on. And let's see, bucket list. Okay, so we have that. And again, I need to change the font and the color. So let's see. I'm going to go back to typewriter, and I'm going to make that a lot smaller. And I'm going to change the color. Let's go ahead and change the color. See, we can make that there. So let's get that over here. And I could probably make that a little bit bigger. Holiday bucket list. So that's 23. Let's go up to, let's see, we can go up to, I think we can go up to 30, 36. Yep, I think so. That looks good. Okay, so we got our holiday bucket list. Okay, so after you slim down your calendars, or we slim down our calendars, we sat down, we cut out all the unnecessary stuff. We don't have to RSVP to every invitation during the holidays. You know, there are some things that we can say no. And I did a Bible study from Lisa Turkos, and it says, our best yes is no. So sometimes, you know, as part of our self-care is we have to say no to some things. We can't do all the things. We can't go to all the parties. We just sometimes have to say no. And we have to put boundaries on our time and our calendar. And so where is a time that you can block out an hour here, 30 minutes there, that you can just relax and take time for yourself? And so those are some of the things that we need to do. Setting boundaries. When we set boundaries, make sure that we put guardrails to protect our health, our well-being, and that we're getting the necessary rest that we need to get during these holidays, because everybody wants us to do all the things and be all the places, but sometimes we just have to say no to protect ourselves. And then the next thing we want to do is almost, we're getting towards the end, is to recommit to a morning routine. And so what does that look like? And one of the things I found is getting out in the sun, just going outside, walking outside. That's one of the things that we can do. So let's put that there. Let's put recommit to our morning routine. And so let's get the text tool, and recommit, commit, COMMT to morning routine. ROUTINE. Sometimes I get, okay, so let's put that there. Okay, so recommit to morning routine. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. I'm going to bring that up just a little bit. And I can put that there. It kind of all lines up a little bit. Can make, I think I need, I'm going to make that a little bit smaller because it just looks out of place being so big. So I think that's 36. I'll make this a little bit smaller because it looks out of place too, being so big. Make them all 36. Okay. All right. So we don't want to skip, you know, having morning coffee, having some quiet time in the morning. If you are a breakfast eater, I am not. So what does that look like for you to start off your day to get on the set the best your best foot forward? So, is it moving, getting some fresh air? Um, is it sitting quietly? Is it having a cup of coffee before the kids wake up, the husband wakes up, the partner wakes up? Is it just laying in bed, being still and quiet? And so, is it going for a walk before you go to work or before you start your day, getting busy? So, identify two to four things that you can do in the morning that will bring the most benefit to you, and then simplify them. And the goal is to live up to your ideal. What does your ideal day look like? So we want to be intentional. We want to triage our calendar. We want to make a holiday bucket list, and we want to recommit to our morning routine. And it's so easy to get out of the habit of doing self-care and taking care of yourself when you have other demands on your schedule, and especially as we get ready for this holiday season. So we want to, as I say, be the best version of ourselves. We want to be taking care of ourselves. Self-care, as I said, is not selfish. It is when we're taking care of ourselves, we're being the best version of ourselves. We're more relaxed. We are in harmony with ourselves. And so just take time to breathe, get some fresh air, and really take care of ourselves during this holiday season. And so we want to set some goals, of what we want our lives to look like in 2024. And we don't want to be so hurried that we are become easily distracted and frustrated. And so for me, it's just really taking some time to quietly look at my planner. And as I'm looking at my planner, my calendar, my schedule, it's really making sure that I am, you know, looking at my overall life and what best fits in, and what things I can say yes to and what things I need to say no to. And so as we get ready to finish out this year, we want to finish out strong. We want to finish out as healthy as we possibly can so that we can be the best version of ourselves. And when we ring in the new year, we're energized, we're feeling positive, and we're, as I said, we're the best version and as healthy mentally, physically, spiritually as we can possibly be. So that's all I wanted to touch base on for this section. And I am going to see if I can get to it. For some reason, I can't get back to my end screen. So Maybe the link isn't working. But anyway, I'll just say, friends, ciao for now. Bye bye.